Greetings and salutations. All right. So, when we last left off, I finished getting up to the first cutoff with both pugilist and with uh, gladiator. So I'm sitting on at least level 10 in each, which if we just go in here and see it, boom, boom. So today, I'm going to round out by taking care of THAUMATURGE. Now, okay, let's see. Welcome to the THAUMATURGE Guild. It is fate that has guided your steps here, friend. Within these hallowed halls, the arts of devastation are taught. Primeval magics with which to bring about an enemy's ruin. If you would join our ranks and wield the power of thaumaturgy, I urge you to seize this moment, confide in me your arcane ambitions. Yes, there truly was no other answer, was there? Lean closer now, and I shall whisper to you of thaumaturgy's beginnings. The nation of Ul'dah inherited its traditions from ancient Beladia, a city founded by the descendants of the first mages. Secrets of these illustrious sorcerers were ultimately entrusted to the priests of the Order of Nald'thal, who have passed them down from generation to generation ever since. Focused and refined over centuries of use in the Order's funereal rites, the arcane magics of our ancestors eventually emerged as the art we now know as thaumaturgy. Freezing blizzard to halt corruption, a raging fire to cleanse the corpse, a bolt of lightning to expel the sins of mortal life. The dwellers employed in the preparation of the dead are equally efficacious when applied to the living. Thus does our guild thrive in the depths of the Arzaneth ossuary, sanctuary devoted to Thal, the divine arbiter of the afterlife. What say you then, adventurer? If you would plumb the abyssal depths of thaumaturgy, let our learned sages guide your descent. But before you leap into the darkness, you must prove to our guildmasters that you are possessed of the spiritual fortitude necessary to look upon that which waits therein. When you are ready to submit to the judgment of our most eminent mages, say the word. Well, adventurer, will you join our guild? Or do you presume to ignore the urgings of impatient destiny? A wise decision indeed. To prepare for your initiation, I would have you study the volumes of fundamental thaumaturgical principle. All 108 of them. Jesus Christ. Or at least I would if such requirements had not been abolished. Too great a deterrent to fresh novices, they said. Suppose you shall just have to settle for calling upon the collective wisdom of our guildmasters. We have 5, you see, all brothers of the same house. Though they all wield supreme authority, it is the eldest who provides a singular voice for the guild when one is required. Master Kokobigo, I believe. Ooh, what? Oh, Thal's teeth, man. Did your mother never tell you not to startle a thaumaturge? Look at that Man, the caffeine is not hitting yet. Okay. Look at that expectant face, Kokobigo. This gentleman is obviously a new applicant for the guild, seeking audience with our eldest brother. Oh, Prelate Yayake. She can recite the 307 verses of the funerary rites for the virtuous fallen, but the simple task of keeping our names straight seems ever beyond her grasp. Well, I, for one, find the constant confusion endlessly entertaining. My apologies, good sir. My merriment was not meant to mock your mistake. It is our sibling Kokobuki with whom you should speak. Koboha? What's this? What's this? Thal has led to us a new aspirant. Ah, Kokobuki. Were you here the entire time? Greetings, child. I am Kokobuki, the eldest, and, I would venture to say, the wisest of the 5 masters of the Thaumaturge's Guild. It is my solemn duty to furnish our would-be initiative shits with a succinct understanding of our beloved art. Thus, I would have your fullest attention. To wield thaumaturgy... Fuck, I am doing so bad at this today. To wield thaumaturgy is to unleash devastation of the highest magnitude. The lethal force of our spells far exceeds the destructive capability of any other form of arcane manipulation. Fire, lightning, blizzards, somnolence. The Thaumaturge calls upon an expansive arsenal of offensive incantations to incapacitate and obliterate all manner of adversaries. Open your mind to our sorcerer's teachings, and you too shall soon hold the unparalleled power of our discipline in the palm of your hand. Of course, such power has a price. You must be willing to plunge headfirst into the forbidding chasm of thaumaturgy's secrets. For advancement in this art comes only with the completion of deadly and terrible trials. I ask you now, aspirant, are you prepared to leap into the abyss in pursuit of power unrivaled? Are you prepared to leap into the abyss? Yeah, sure. Confident response. Your name, if you will. Very well, Sean. Let us mark your initiation with 3 eminently practical gifts. My first gift to you shall be an addition to your hunting log, the names of such enemies that will prove suitable to your training as a thaumaturge. Second and third gifts are this scepter and shield, instruments you shall need to focus the destructive force of your will. Do you believe your initiation over? My dearest disciple, we have only just begun. Take your new weapon in hand, and I will set you forth upon your first trial. Okay. Okay. Guildmaster Kokobuki. Scepter well complements the avid desire for destructive power written upon your features. Now we shall complete your initiation with a trial to test the limits of your aptitude for channeling thaumaturgy. Huge hornets, star marmots, and snapping shrews. Jesus Christ. Okay. feel like I'm moving faster. So one of the problems people quickly run into with Black Mage is it is a lot slower. Like, just... Okay. Under status effects, which allow thaumaturges consuming their MP reserves, casting one of the fire spells. Okay. So very basically, what you want to do is use fire spells until your MP lowers. And switch over and start, commencing the murder. See, I'm already down at 2,000 here, so we're gonna go chuck blizzards at people. Okay. Then there's going to be this next part where basically I have to clean out the old quests. Okay, I'm getting tired of this thing popping. We're going to return it to my inventory so it won't be part of the armory chest. Okay, and we're back to the Thaumaturge Guild. Then I'm going to start just grabbing whatever quests I can. You have the satisfied look of a mage who has utterly vanquished his foes. Sean, I formally welcome you to the Brotherhood of Thaumaturges. The purpose of this trial is to gauge your capacity for wielding thaumaturgy, an innate quality the limits of which are bounded by the level of etheric energy flowing through your physical being. Aether, the very stuff of life, exists within all living creatures to a greater or lesser extent. Remember this, for it is the most basic law of arcane manipulation. As your experience grows, so shall your reserves of thaumaturgical endurance. The wellspring of your magical might will also swell in response to moments of extreme terror and duress. When you find yourself seeking greater challenge, when next you crave the thrill of exquisite fear, that is when you shall know the time has come for you to visit me once more. See? I get to go up to Bone Staff already and then probably get those robes. Your burgeoning power strains against the confines of your untried mortal shell. Another trial you must have. From this day forth, your tasks and challenges will be shaped by the teachings found within Thaumaturge, the Yawning Abyss, a tome penned by the renowned thaumaturge Zozamaya. The brothers, who have not once tasted the bitter draught of defeat, will instruct you on the vital lessons to be gleaned from the 4 extensive chapters that comprise this exemplary work. Much shall you learn about the threats with which a practitioner of our art must contend. The first chapter, The Threat of Intimacy, falls within Kokobago's purview. It is only fitting that one so averse to being approached should teach you the wisdom to be uncovered therein. Oh, let's transpose. Okay. Okay, switches between ice and fire. Yes, Sean. I've been expecting you. Allow me to read to you the pertinent passages from the opening chapter to Zozamaya's Guide. The Threat of Intimacy. How magnificent the power we wield. Roaring flames, piercing ice, and shocking bolts are matched not by fist or sword or spear. But the burly warrior waxes fearsome with every closing step. Fists shatter bone, blades slide through flesh, spears puncture soft bellies. Know you this threat? Stand you apart from such men. Ugh, the last part makes me queasy no matter how often I recite it. The lesson, however, should be obvious. Keep your distance from your foes. Apart from the agony of being hit, or stabbed, or worse, you'll have a devil of a time completing an incantation with the enemy flailing his weapons at your person. Thus, the wise thaumaturge always strikes from afar. The farther, the better. Now let us proceed with your trial. Take this dried fish, set it down in the vicinity of the silver bazaar. Next, simply draw back to a comfortable distance and wait for a vulture to swoop in to feed. That's when you ambush the nasty creature with a barrage of deadly spells. Once you have slain the scavenger, be sure to retrieve a generous slice of vulture meat for Fafafono. He doesn't mind us conducting trials so close to his shop, as long as he's properly compensated. Yes, Sean, we pay him in sorcery-blasted bird flesh. Okay, leave Silver Bazaar. Yep, that's out in Western. Now, let's start grabbing quest. Oh, shoot. I totally skipped that whole thing. Okay, collect bottles of marmot blood. Yep, okay. Yeah, I was looking at the gear and I completely spaced on a fairly basic facet of this whole thing. It happens. Judge Kuta has a quest, tougher than leather. Tell me, what brings you here, friend? Looking for a bit of work, perhaps? Some small job that add a little weight to that coin poise. Coin poise? Jesus. To that coin purse of yours. Well, you're in luck. Pugilists have just placed an order with me for several of the leather gloves and harnesses they use for sparring. The traders are cruel, for I find myself lacking the hides required. But that I had the pelts of a few snapping shrews. What say you, friend? Care to help a merchant down on his luck, huh? Bring me 5 snapping shrew pelts, and I promise to make it worth your while. You can find the creatures roaming central Thanalin. Very good. Fire shards, couple potions, Gelthers. Motivational speaking. Hey, you. So you looking at me? Got something to say? Huh? Well, no? Well, I do. You know Dinulata? Short, broke, never pays what he owes. Yeah, that bleeding horse, son. Tell him to pay up, or I swear by the 12 I'll beat him so hard it'll feel like the second coming of Dalamud. Wow, a little dark, dude. If I see that little shite's face, I'll end up pounding him into a bloody pulp. Like it's not. So you go and tell him. Okay. No further quests that way. Can't take either of those quests. Yeah, if they're redded out, you can't take or complete them. Due diligence. So, how are you taking to a dull, Sean? Make any new friends in high places yet? Ha! Well, when you have the Sultana's ear one day, I hope you won't have forgotten about old Wymond. Long as you're here, mayhap you can do me a favor and take this missive to Josias at the Platinum Mirage. Just over yonder, and the man will even give you some gil for your trouble. If only all work in the city was this easy, eh? Okay, let's take a look around. I still have a couple quests I can grab, then I can turn that in. And then go threaten a dude. I can think about that when I come back. Right, let me catch my breath. Went all the way to Scorpion Crossing for a package. Well, I just now realized I've returned with the wrong one. The way back is so far. I simply can't. Take a trip back in my stead. There's some poor soul at Scorpion Crossing is missing this package. I haven't the breath left to tell you the way. Go and see Mimishu. Sure, darling. You can come for a ride. Huh? Where am I? Who are you? More importantly, where'd she go? Ah, bugger. Did my shift start already? The hell's with it. I'm bleeding exhausted anyway. Am I taking this to Giganasu at the dispatch yard outside the city? Probably give you something for your trouble. Okay. No further quests here, but let's go get those two turned in. Oh, they're both ways down. Oh, gods be good. Gelder's goon. All right, I'll get back every gil I owe, I swear, but no more beatings. I beg you. Uh, Look, I haven't got the gil on hand, but I do have this ring. Ain't much to look at. Will surely fetch a high price. It's me dear departed mom's wedding ring. God's rest her soul. But she'll understand. Show it to my maid over at the ossuary, and you'll get your coin. Ah, chain quests. Greetings, adventurer. What brings you to the Arzaneth ossuary? Gaudy ring. Wish to sell this heirloom on behalf of a Dilata? Very well. It is most unfortunate when such drastic measures must be taken. And doubly so when the object in question is a fake. Such a gaudy, poorly wrought one. Also, you do know that our appraisals are not free. Normally, this fee is subtracted from the agreed value. Last, considering the negligible value of this ring, I'm afraid you would still owe us. However, since this is a rather unusual circumstance, we shall waive the fee this once. No need to concern yourself with the bauble. I will personally see to its disposal. Hihito. That quest is a new pop-up from doing the other one. The ossuary demands such exorbitant contributions every single moon. It's outrageous, I tell you. Don't they understand that a woman has needs? How do they expect me to pay for rouge and sunsilk dresses and feed my marmot? Oh, if only I'd had the foresight to marry a more ambitious man. It's all his fault. If he just worked harder and showed some initiative, surely he would be rewarded. Maybe even promoted. If things don't improve, it won't be long before I join the beggars in Pearl Lane. Save me from this cruel fate, I beg of you. Speak with my husband, Bobonima, and find some way to motivate him. You'd find him at the Colosseum entrance, wearing one of those ridiculous outfits. Hi, I'm Bobonima. Congratulations, you found the world's worst husband. That is, if you believe that harpy I have for a wife. She never cooks, she never cleans, she just gallivants around spending my hard-earned money. And now I see she's speaking ill of me to bloody strangers. Well, if you're hell-bent on meddling in my affairs, you can assist me by taking some of these Friends of the Fair flyers and posting them on the walls inside the Colosseum. I've got a long night ahead of me standing out here, so I won't be getting to it anytime soon. When you've finished, go and tell Vulcan at the Gladiators Guild. We'll give you something for your trouble. Okay. Scorpion Crossing. Way couldn't be simpler. Pass through this gate and head west until you come upon it. Looking for a package, are you? In that case, you'll want to speak with Oswald when you arrive. Okay. Nice. Do you have any business with Platinum Mirage this evening? Missive from Wyman? Alright then, let's have a look. Bird is barren. Let the hounds feast. So it goes. Oh, this? Well, you see, the guild is often contracted to provide protective services, Unfortunately for this particular petitioner, Wyman's investigation has revealed his finances to be wanting. Maybe adventurers like you don't mind working for free, but we have a business to run. I myself have 4 mouths to feed, so this bird will have to fend for himself, I'm afraid. Okay, I'm not seeing any further quests here. Let's go ahead. Head this way. All right. We're here at the Gold Court, right around the Colosseum. I should have done this the other way. Oh well. All right. Another quest we can clear off. There we go. You helping Bobanima? Well, ain't that charitable of you. Franz has gotten pretty popular of late. And his fans keep stealing these flyers and taking them home as souvenirs. Ah, so you've met Bobanima's wife. Now I understand. Sorry to hear you got cut up and all that. If you ask me, they're made for one another. It's my place to judge. Mind. Any road, we appreciate your help. I'm getting so many potions. Which, unless you're really swinging out of your weight class, just don't matter. Okay. Take our left here. Spot of lavender. Be keeping her. My beloved Yellow Moon and I promised to meet at this very spot, but 2 bells have passed and I've nary a word from her. Gods, I hope she's all right. As much as I wish to go off and find her, I simply cannot. What if she were to come in my absence? Please, would you search for her in my stead? It's possible she's somewhere near the Weavers Guild. She always enjoyed watching the... By the gods, do you think she's left me for someone more dapper? Try not to look a bumpkin, but I've no mind for fashion. I mean, it's not exactly screaming upper class. Myra got me good. Just look at me. This hair, this outfit. They don't match at all. I look atrocious. What was I thinking? Oh, I can't let bitter snow snee me like this. Maybe that last tunic was best after all. Or no? Perhaps the blue? Bitter snow is waiting for me? I haven't anything to wear. Ah. If the lion appears vexed by his work at the Weavers Guild and is in need of a helping hand. Something in the cream? Oh, whatever shall I do? This dress. I just can't seem to finish it. Oh, the design is flawless. Absolutely flawless. Of that, I have no doubt. But I simply cannot settle on a color for the life of me. How would you like to conduct a bit of field research for me? I'm dying to know what color the ladies of Ul'dah are wearing these days, especially on the hustings strip. When you're finished, please call on Luku at the Alchemist's Guild. That woman is a wizard with eyes. Have her cook up whatever color you find is most popular. For this work's sake, the Weavers Guild welcomes you. Indeed, your timing is impeccable. Soiree is to be held with all of Uldah's elite in attendance. Once the invites went out, the orders came in, and that with a fury. Every lord and lady from Cape Deadwind to the Cinderfoot is demanding the latest fineries. I need hands, and I need them now, and I cannot spare time to go off in search of them. Would you care to aid us, friend? As no more than you welcome to our doors any willing souls you might find. Come, let us see how you fare. Show me your warmest welcome. Alright, oh, we're starting up on emotes. Emote quest. Excellent. I dare say I would work for you myself. Hurry up. We need those people. Work at the Weavers Guild? I'd be lying if I said I weren't interested. To whom might I go to inquire further? Weavers are recruiting? Finally, my chance to become a famous designer. Isn't that making me go through the whole city for this? Ugh. I appreciate the offer, but I must refuse. I'm all thumbs when it comes to stitching and whatnot. So, the Weavers need help, do they? Sorry, friend, I'm all set for coin. Weaving work? Take a look at me, friend. I'm a bloody guard, and on duty no less. Move along now. Albalet, most popular color of late. Well, all colors have their merits, of course, but if pressed, I'd have to say red. Why, any color is perfectly fine for a dress, you silly thing. So long as it comes off easily at the end of the night. What color is in fashion? Well, I must say, I'm just back from Gridania, and I find there's a certain verve to verdant livery. Green, you bloody idiot. Best color for a dress? Well, you know what they say, once you go black, you never go back. Wow. That definitely had to go through a localizer. Yellow. What fairer color than that in the name of the fairest maiden? Yellow moon. Oh, yellow moon, how my heart pines for you. Yeah, she's pretty enamored of Guy already. I don't think you're getting there. There's never a shortage of white dresses on our Ul'dan ladies. Surely it is the most comfortable color to wear under this murderous sun. Personally, I've always had a thing for a motley of red and green overlaid with stripes of purple and dark brown. Jesus Christ, man! Red, ever and always. This is Ul'dah, my dear boy, where the sun beats on your back with fiery fists, and the sins and sands are hot and unforgiving and everywhere all at once. We Ul'dans live for our passion, and our lust for life is surpassed only by our lust for lust. Guessing I'm going with red on this as a general point. You're here on behalf of the Weavers Guild, are you not? Yes, Ethelwine said you'd be along. Well, what color is it to be then? Sounds as though you have 2 votes for red, 1 vote each for green, yellow, white, and black, 1 abstaining, and 1 vote for a motley of red and green overlaid with stripes of purple and dark brown. Alright, by no means a resounding victory, but I suppose red it shall be. I have some catalysts I've been saving for just such an occasion. Mark my words, I'm going to concoct the most vibrant red Ul'dah has ever seen. Alchemy may look arcane and esoteric to the uninitiated, but it is grounded in naught but science and experimentation. Indeed, I dare say it does more to advance culture and civilization than nigh any other discipline. Okay. Elwine? Elwine? Alright. I think it's Elwine he's going for there. Yes, yes, yes! At last my work is complete. Mark my words. This formula will revolutionize alchemy as we know it. Just a drop of this tonic, even raging fevers will be instantly extinguished. But I must needs test it, adventurer. While I produce more, I bid you take this batch to Pearl Lane to a man there named Landibert. He is trusted by the other refugees. Persuade this Landibert to take my tonic and give it to his people. I require nothing in exchange. After all, if it is truly effective, it will be a tremendous boon to the advancement of the alchemical arts and mankind at large. Okay. Let's take a look. I'm not seeing any other quest markers. Yeah. Landibert. Medicine for the sick? Ha! We're not fools, boy. You know full well what that bastard Alewine is up to. We'll accept his medicine nonetheless. Look at us. Beggars can't be choosers. Might be as it's a mere experiment to him, but to us it's a matter of life and death. We've got to choose between this bastard swill and nothing at all. Is it really a choice? I'm a thousandaire! You come here by choice. If you are still bearing medicine, kindness shouldn't go unrewarded. This vase is important to us. I want you to have it. It's just some old pottery, I know. But it might be valued by collectors of cultural artifacts. There are men who are willing to pay good coin for such objects. If you go to the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, chances are you'll find one of them. Sintgold. Welcome, welcome! What might a discerning gentleman like yourself be looking for today? Permit me to examine this vase of yours. I hope you did not spend too much coin on this trash. Flood of like items brought in by refugees destroyed what demand once existed. Markets are fickle, my friend. If you lose sight of current trends, you stand to lose everything. As I once did. Market wards once bore my name until fate and hubris reduced me to this. For your sake, I pray that you do not have to learn this lesson the same way I did. Oh, that's a reference to 1.0. So in 1.0, in order to do player trades, you had to go to what was called a market ward in the main cities. So you had to leave a retainer on site who would carry gear in a specific marketplace. So you could sell an Ul'dah or Gridania or whatnot, but you had to leave a retainer there. So people ended up having to run around and like hunt down between the three main cities, checking their market wards, which was intensely aggravating because you had to check each individual retainer and what they had. Okay. You've returned. Well, how did you fare? Potential recruits, you say? Welcome news. I hope their zeal for fashion will show in their efforts for the guild. What we do here may seem all silk and satin, to be sure, but the work within these walls is far from easy. In that, I suppose our trade is not unlike any other. That's in Horizon, which is Western Than. Alright, let's take care of Central Thanalin's stuff first. Keep reversing the order of this. I'm gonna work on that. All right. Okay, cool. All right. Anyone seen Pekazani since last night? Anyone? Hey, what are you doing with that timetable? I'm looking all over for it. Got it from Kekazani, you say? That useless drunk! A wager he was out all night again chasing after skirts. That's it. Next time he misses a shift, I'm tying him to the tracks. Okay. Gotta stop by Thaumaturge's Guild, turn that quest in, get my robe. Erasmus, the blood, you brought it? Yes, yes, this shall serve nicely. By virtue of your toil, I am one step closer to publishing The Many Breaths of Thanalin. Thank you. Take this as recompense. Go now, and may the traders smile upon you. Okay. Good, back already, are you? Come, let us see what you've brought. Exceptional! These are fine shrew pelts indeed. Well done, my friend. Pugilist Guild is among my largest clients. Fear what would have come to pass if this order been delayed any longer. Take this, More than earned it. Okay. Alright. I need to get into Western Thanlin because I need to go to Silver Bazaar and I need to go to Horizon. Package to Horizon, not an actual. Alright. Alright, that's taken care of. Some more cactor slaughter. Jesus. This poor cactor. Alright, that's it for them. Oswell, here we go. It's gone. I just know it. God, as if I hadn't enough problems already. The wrong package, Botolf. Bloody oath. The Horizon package. You're a 12 cent. Earned me quite a headache, friend. Thank you. Only there weren't so many other misplaced shipments plaguing me these days. No, please, you must help me. Go kill as many cactors as you must to gather 4 bottles of their blood. I don't care if you have to hunt the little green bastards to extinction. Please, there's no time to explain. Just know that my very life hangs in the balance. For the love of the gods, hurry, man! Alright. You there. Yes, you. You're an adventurer, are you not? Travel around Eorzea slaying beasts and finding treasure? That sort of thing? Need of help. I must travel to Horizon where my cargo awaits. When my chocobo, Slugger, won't move an ilm. I tried to have a closer look, but I saw a vile pair of antennae protruding from his feathers and lost my nerve. I love Slugger with all my heart, but bugs I cannot do. I fear he may have a parasite ladybug that's gorging itself on his blood. Check him for me, would you? And if you find a ladybug dug in there somewhere, kill the damn thing. Alright there, Slugger. Quay? Quay? Alright. Thanks as well. I was sure as sunup it was a parasite ladybug. Must have latched itself on somewhere along the road. How the bloody thing managed to stay concealed at that size is a complete mystery. In fact, I'm not even going to question it. I'd just like to move on and put this all behind me. If we don't keep our chocobos healthy, cargo won't be able to move over land. We owe these birds a great debt. Wish more folk would see that. Alright, check out more EATC cargo. Yep, knew it'd be on one of the high ones, just picked the wrong one. Alright. Find my crates? Great job, friend. He'll make the next wagon thanks to you. Shipments never stop coming, day in and day out. Just keeping track of everything is enough to give me migraines. Business good, true, but what use is money if you haven't the time to spend it? Haven't downed a pint with friends in weeks. Boxes, crates, barrels, lifting, moving, stacking. There's no end to it. I'm tired. So very tired. Say, friend, do a hard-working stranger a kindness, would you? See this letter safe to Kikipu at the Silver Bazaar. I'd call on her myself, but I haven't the time, and I doubt these weary legs would carry me there even if I did. I'd like to send her something nice along with it. Could I trouble you to scrounge up, say, 5 hammerbeak tail feathers? Gods know you can find the beasts around here easy enough. Kipu's a dear old friend. She's called the Silver Bazaar home for far too long. There's been ill rumors of the place of late. I'd just like to make sure she's well is all. Jesus. Okay, yep, murder quest. O's. It's as though the lid shook off in transit, the whole load spilled right out. I refuse to have it said that Guntram failed to make good on a delivery. Cactuar blood is supposed to help keep the skin supple. Just use what you brought to fill the empty bottles. And all those lovely Uldan ladies will be none the wiser. Don't worry about getting found out. Rod's at Han's skin tonic is still a rare find, all the more so this far south. Venture none in Uldan would even know it from an ampoule of their own piss. Alright. Ooh, might as well pick up a fate. Come on, come on. All right. Yay, got a fate done. All right. However, while we're here, we have 3. Really? Running fate already? Okay. Huh. I thought I would have finished it. Oh well. Come on. Okay. I'll either be level 10 or be coming right in on it by the time I get back and turn this quest in. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna skip on this one. I can hit that later. Well, what is it then? Come to try and scare me and these poor folk off our land again. Go on, do your worst. Not budge one step from this spot. Hammerbeak tail feathers and a letter. Dear gods, it's from Oswell. Have you seen him? Is he well? Dearest Kikipu, it's been too long since I wrote you last. How have you fared since? As ever, I'm a slave to my trade, and sadly, it hasn't seen fit to take me to or through the Silver Bazaar in some years. I've heard it told the scum of Ul'dah have set their sights on your Silver Bazaar. Seems beyond saving. Really, how long do you mean to linger in that horrid hovel? Remember, some birds just aren't meant to be caged. Spread your wings and soar once more, Kikipu. Spread my wings and soar? By the gods, this is by far the most ridiculous letter I've ever read. And Hammerbeak tail feathers? The dolt does realize he sent the feathers of a flightless bird, doesn't he? Well, Oswald can go bugger himself. No intentions of stepping one ilm from this hovel, much less soaring from it. It's my hovel, and I love it. You're done making use of my testing grounds, are you? Cough up the fee, then. There's nothing so tender as a bit of meat, pummeled with wanton wizardry. Nice doing business with you, Thaumaturge. Gee, Thaumaturge? Has this mate just completed a guild trial? Ah, Master Alchemist, what brings you out to our bazaar this fine morning? The gentleman here just slew himself a plump vulture. Be surprised at how many of these scepter-wielding sorcerers end up sliced to ribbons by beak and talon. That's not the sort of flesh I've a taste for, you understand. Brothers, not again! Alright. There are obviously more quests here, but we are getting into the... Sure. All mounted. Oh, yeah. That's just telling you you can dismount the thing whenever you want. You know, it could just take us the rest of the way into the Chocobo Keep. Welcome back, Sean. You seem to have done well. Both eyes intact, face appears unshredded. Truly is the most terrible feeling to have one's casting interrupted by heinous injury. It's one of the easier trials, if you ask me. Keep well away from pointy, slashy, bashy things if you want to reach the end of an arcane utterance. That's just common sense. Fortune favors the fighter who flings fire from afar. Simply love the look of loathing leveled at me by the distant jewelers, distressed by my deadly downpour. We thaumaturges excel at offense, but fail miserably at defense. Our most effective strategy is to topple our adversaries with overwhelming force before they have a chance to respond. Honor is for knights and dead mages. Sean, your studies appear to be progressing nicely. Won't be long before you dominate the battlefield as an avatar of sorcerous destruction. Oh, here we go. So it's true, Buki. Don't try to hide from me, Baigo, or you, Banny, or Bezzy, or Boha. Kokobusi, what are you doing here? You promised you would teach me next. Well, yes, of course we did, Busi, but Sean here was most insistent. And once again, you brushed me aside in the hope that I abandon my heart's desire. Why do you deny me? I hate you, all of you. Oh, this feels like it's going to be my whole day. Please, Busi, you shouldn't say such hurtful things. You know how delicate Baigo is. That was Kokobusi, our youngest brother. He so dearly wishes to become a thaumaturge like the rest of us, but it simply isn't possible. The poor boy's etheric levels are pitifully low. We thought we had convinced him to accept fate's cruel quirks when he entered the Alchemist's Guild, but yet yearns to walk the path of thaumaturgy. Such is Kokobusi's determination that he spends all his waking moments experimenting with alchemical concoctions, seeking a method by which he can expand his capacity for arcane manipulation. Ahem. Well, this is obviously not your concern. Back to the abyss with you, young thaumaturge. And I mean that in the most encouraging manner possible. Alright, now we've done away with carrying a shield around. Okay. I'm not quite of level yet. But the new swag. Let me think. Yeah, I'll probably go do stuff at Silver Bazaar. They've got quests up. Oh, that's the Skywatcher icon. That's for weather. Which isn't really important for me right now. But weather will pay a factor later. Okay, first we do need to move this around. That's too far off to the side, and I don't end up seeing it. Okay. There we go. Fresh Horizon, Silver Bazaar. $500 out of. I could probably make this whole leveling thing a lot easier on myself if I just went over to Dynamis. So there's a thing where if you go to a low population server, you can free transfer there and you get what's called the Road to 90 boost. There's other upsides to it. They do a lot of offers to try and get people not to all clog up one server. Reasonable / doubt. You have a warm face for an outsider. Not like those other curs loitering about the bazaar. Sure, you've seen the hammers to the east of here, or at the very least heard them. Well, a few of their workers have decided to drop in on us for a little rest and relaxation. But they're no workers. They're nothing but hired muscles sent to threaten the people of the bazaar and harass our shops. It's not the first time. But I dare say a formidable lad such as yourself just might be able to scare them off with some strongly worded doubts. What say you? Hey there, friend. I have a sure way into some easy gill if you're interested. It won't even require you to break a sweat. Well, not much of one. All you need do is slay enough rusty coblins to gather 4 bottles of coblin grease and then deliver them to a hewer by the name of Adelard at the hammers. Once he has the grease, he can use it to keep the hammers running. Couldn't be more simple. Surrounded by fools here. They detest the hammers and the new way of life they symbolize. They care only for the successes of the past, but it blinds them to the opportunities of the present. Change isn't coming, friend. It's already here. I call the Silver Bazaar home for now, but I've no lingering affection for the place. I go wherever there is gill to be got. And we've got another emote quest. Your ears working? I said piss off. Enough already. I'm leaving, but tell that bloody Kikipu this is the end of nothing. You hear? Nothing. Yeah, I'm certain this is going to turn into a whole thing. No, they're definitely putting one down this way, at least. There's going to be one inside a building. Riled worker. He doesn't look that riled from here. You Silver Bazaar folk are annoying as all hells. I'll give you that. Bugger this job. I'll have to find some peace and quiet. Please, you must help me. It's my father. Well, he isn't dying or anything. He's a fisherman by trade, you see, but he broke his only compass. Hasn't been able to put out to sea in weeks. Compass is very special. It was crafted by the goldsmiths of Estames lapidaries. Repairing it will require many chunks of magnetite. Such stones can be found near the lighthouse, but the search is not without its dangers. The area is rife with earth sprites drawn to the magnetism. A lowly fisherman's son, I have no arm for fighting, nor the stomach. 3 chunks of magnetite would serve to mend the compass. Once you find them, please take them to my father, Galfridus. No doubt he'll be dawdling about the bazaar as always. Okay. Yep. It wasn't 1, it was 2. Bah, I was just about to leave anyway, so don't go thinking you had any part in it. Alright. Persistent little bastard, ain't you? Fine, I'm on my way. But tell that Kikipu this ain't over. Are they gone then? All of them? Well, that's a relief. Serves them right for trying to scare honest folk from their homes so their own masters can buy them. The hammers were built to pound the ground here into solid foundation. The plan is to turn these tracts into manors and manses for Thanalin's wealthy. Same fate awaits the Silver Bazaar. Since the value of the land is set to rise, small wonder some opportunist is trying to drive us all off so he can have it all to himself. Silver Bazaar may not be what she used to. Aye, more people leave now than come, and aye, more shops close than open. But it's my home, and I don't mean to be chased off by some billionaire craven who sends common thugs to do his dirty work. I gotta rethink my strategy for this because, to be honest, I'm gonna run into problems. See, the problem, the essentials of the problem is that I'm gonna have to keep trading out way too fast, and I'm not gonna get. What I might consider doing is go to is take a job up to level 30, then work up another job. But not Black Mage. To be honest, they improved it, but it is the technically slowest job. It just doesn't, move as fast. Don't waste your time, mate. Bloody compass done broke on me. Aye, I'll not be fishing this day, nor the next, more than like. Magnetite. Danielle asked that of you, did he? So Dad's to fix up the old compass and put back out to sea, is he? Catch a nice haul of fat fish, A vessel that's barely seaworthy and scarce big enough for me alone. I've no crew, no hands to help with the hull. All bloody day at sea, busting me arse to get a few gill at best. God's days ain't what they were. Time was you could scarce count the ships we used to make berth here. There weren't no empty coin purse or stomach in all the bazaar. Small ships ain't got no place at sea anymore. Everywhere I go, I'm in the shadow or wake of some monstrous trawler or seiner. Old ways are done. We little fishermen done lost our way. I ain't no fisherman no more, nor much of a father, I suppose. It's a broken man with a broken compass and broken dreams. Damn, dude. Appreciate what you did, friend, bringing me magnetite. Gave it some more thought, I did, putting back out to sea and all. But even with my compass fixed, still ain't got me lucky copper lures. Was waylaid by some goblin muggers a few weeks back, just north and east of here. Thieving bastards made off with all me lures. Dozens all told. Must be you felled some earth sprites to get at them magnetite chunks. Am I right? If so, I reckon you could put down a few goblins and bring me back my lures. Suppose I could make do with just 2 of them. A couple of copper ones should serve for now. You up for helping put a broken life back together? Okay. Go turn in this quest. What is it? Can't you see I'm busy cleaning the sand clogs from these hammers? Gods, I'd kill for a few bottles of goblin grease right now. Goblin grease! Fafafono must have sent you. Thank the gods for both of you. Before long, these tracts will be covered with the same estates of Dawn Elite. The ground is still too loose to build upon. The hammers are pounding to make a solid foundation. Once that's done, then you'll see the structures start to rise. Building was planned to stretch even farther, to the heart of the Silver Bazaar even. But it seems that the powers that be are being met with some local resistance. There's some lass named Kikipu, holds the rights to the bulk of the land there. Something to a fault, that one. Bloody thorn in the side. Oh, whoops. Got more than I needed to. Oh well, torn moves on. Ain't easy to ask, but I'm asking all the same, friend. 2 copper lures to get me back out to sea and put me Daniel's heart at ease. I'll be damned. The old copper lures. Never thought I'd see these buttes again. Bloody hells, them goblins sure saw to banging them up. Gonna be catching no fish with these. Well, that's that. Must be Nolda's self telling me to give up my sea legs. Might be as there's a new life waiting out there somewheres. Maybe my compass will lead me to it. Born and bred here I was. Ain't never called no place else home. Times are changing though. Suppose I could sell off Milan to them bloody buzzard prospectors and see what else is out there for me. Okay. I think we're good there. I'm gonna talk to my Chocobo Keep. Hire a porter, head for Ul'dah. Okay. I'm going to go with the boots. Got everything else pretty much. As shown, yes. The aura of power surrounding you is palpable. Glare begins to blind my thaumaturge's eye. The lesson today shall be taught by Kokobani. Go to him and hear from the chapter entitled The Threat of Paucity. Aha! So, Sean. You have come to learn at the foot of the third eldest brother, have you? I promise you, however, your education shall not be third-rate. Let us read from the second chapter, shall we? Are you settled? No last-moment trips to the privy? Very well. The threat of paucity. Ah, how magnificent the ruthless power we wield. Flame devours, ice entombs, and lightning courses through the stricken bodies of our foes. But oh, such desperation when the wellspring runs dry. Flame sputters out, ice melts into slush, and lightning sparks no longer. Know you this threat, and mind you the limits of your mortal vessel. Terrifying thought, isn't it? Thaumaturge, who has exhausted his arcane reserves, is not but a man with a stick and a funny hat. For we mages, you may as well equate the etheric energy flowing through our veins with our very lifeblood. Should a battle find us lacking in this precious resource, we are as good as dead. Controlling the expenditure of your power requires an understanding of etheric balance. Scales can tip in one of two directions, astrally or umbrally. When your mind and spirit lean in an umbral direction, your thaumaturgy is affected by a state known as umbral ice. The potency of your spells is diminished. They also require less energy to invoke. On the other hand, a thaumaturge in the astral fire state will find the potency of his incantations enhanced, but at a greater cost to his etheric stamina. With the concepts of etheric balance and efficient casting foremost in your mind, I bid you go forth and slay 8 efts. Pray ye do your best to stay alive. It reflects badly on me when the mauled corpse of one of my pupils is returned to the ossuary. All right. Where am I going? Oh, that's up east of Blackbrush. Okay. I could have teleported, but yeah. Wait, is that this one? Oh, right, this fate. Shield the ungood. That woman didn't best me, merely came unprepared. Didn't think when I left my bed this morning that some slighted scold with a pasty-sized chip on her shoulder might challenge me to a bloody duel. I wasn't about to refuse her, not with everyone watching and my reputation on the line. If I ain't one thing, it's craven. Here I am, bloodied and bruised, while that hell's cat sits over there smirking. She did ain't proper, and I plan on learning her a lesson. Just this time with a wee bit of help. What say you? Oh, and you're just in time to run the fuck off, dude? And this is just another player who's jumped in to help me finish that up. Nice. All right. And on with my run. All right. Another notch on the hunting log. No, let's not be there for that. Oh, two more. All right. Alright. Thaumaturge's Guild. Aha, you arrived before me upright and breathing. Wonderful! It's so much simpler to pose questions to a student without having to resort to necromantic divination. Tell me, Sean, what action would you take if you found your thaumaturgical endurance exhausted in the midst of battle? Beat him with the scepter. Yes, the scepter is certainly a lethal instrument of death. Your death, you valorous fool. Remember the first chapter. We do not close distance with our enemies. Our enemies close distance with us. And we certainly do not hit them with our finely crafted tools of thaumaturgy. Pray consider replenishing your energies with a vial of ether before humiliating yourself in melee combat. Ah, ether, the draught of the gods. We thaumaturges, indeed, any who practice the arts of arcane manipulation, value this substance beyond all others. Thus it was with unbridled fury that we received the most recent report of beastman activity. It seems an Malja raiding party, Malja, has attacked a caravan on the trade routes and made off with an entire crate of precious ether. The time has come for you to put your new knowledge to your test. Annihilate these Amalja bandits and retrieve the cargo of ether-filled vials. According to the report, their armored transport was last spotted to the south of Drybone. Ah, and I believe Kokobuki has an additional request. While you are busy incinerating Amalja, be sure to collect some samples of their blood, assuming you can draw any from their smoking remains. Seriously? Oh, you dicks. Alright. Well, before I can move on with this quest, I'm going to have to go for a bit. Thank you for tuning in. And, be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. It'll be fun. And I will talk to you later. All right.